42 Timmy's here. Now, a little late for this video, but of course, since April just recently ended, I'm of course doing my rankings of the films I saw in April. Now, I didn't really see as much as I was hoping to, but I saw some good chunks of April releases. So here are my rankings from 25 all the way to 1. And these are, of course, from my least favorite to my favorite. Alright. Now, the worst film I saw in April is, of course, Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scargiver. I'm just gonna say it now. This is... I wrote this online saying that Rebel Moon is really Battlefield Earth of the 2020s. It's that terrible. This one's just not as good. It's the acting and dialogue is terrible. It's just... Oh man, I hope Zack Snyder. I really hope his next project is another Army of the Dead film, but we'll see what he has up to next. Alright, number 24 is Half Baked, Totally High. Of course, a follow-up to 1998's Half Baked. Now, this of course has Dexter Darden, who was in that really decent little revival of Saved by the Bell a couple years ago. You also have Frankie Muniz, which is always cool seeing Frankie Muniz pop up stuff. Jeff Ross, who I love Jeff Ross. I admit, Jeff Ross is his scenes in this is the only thing that actually made me chuckle. But this time around, you have JR, who's actually the son of Dave Chappelle's character. And no, Dave Chappelle's not in this. Where JR and his friends, as they search for money to bury one of the best friends who passed from smoking the most powerful joint in the world. Now, the only people you do got returning in this is Rachel True, who prices her role as Dave Chappelle's, love interest from the first film. She's, of course, the mother to JR here. Holland Williams also returns. But Dave Chappelle was, he was smart enough to say no to it. I mean, yeah, between this and How High, the How High sequel, it's just give us sequels with the original cast coming back. I mean, maybe Dave Chappelle's a little more occupied nowadays, but I would love to have seen Dave Chappelle in this, but it's still an awful sequel, so yeah. Alright, number 23, I'm going with Strictly Confidential. Now, this is, of course, the new Elizabeth Hurley film. Of course, Elizabeth Hurley, who I've always adored in the first Austin Powers. And on the anniversary of her best friend's passing, Mia goes to her house located in Caribbean. After accepting an invitation, Mia learns that every family member is holding a secret during her stay. Upon learning this, Mia tries to find out what happened to her best friend. And this movie is just a terrible Lifetime movie. It's not a Lifetime, it didn't premiere on Lifetime or anything, but it really feels like a terrible Lifetime movie. Actually, I've seen better acting in Lifetime movies than I've seen in this. It's just a terrible one. It's so blank and boring. Nothing about it really interests me. Oh man, Jobo really needs to do a video of what happened to Elizabeth Hurley, because it's a shame she hasn't really been in great stuff lately. I think the last time I really seen her something that I really quite enjoyed was when she appeared in The Runaways years ago. But this, yeah. Number 22, I'm going with Festival of the Living Dead. Of course, this is the follow-up to Night of the Living Dead, and this has some cool stuff going for it, but other than that, it is a Tubi movie, so you know what you're getting with this. It's just awful. Nothing about it was really all that scary. The bloodshed is probably the best part, but that's really it. You did, of course, got the girl who played Celine Kyle in Gotham. It was cool seeing her in this, but other than that, even she wasn't enough to save this film. Alright. Number 21, I'm going with Damage. Of course, this is pretty much like a murder mystery film starring Sam Jackson, Vincent Cassel, Laura Haddock, and it's an awful one. It's where Sam Jackson plays this detective who is called upon by a Scottish authority to investigate a series of killings and all. I don't know why they really need Sam Jackson on this, but he needed the money, I guess. It's just a really terrible one. I mean, this really feels like Samuel Jackson just eyeing for a paycheck, and nothing about it really fascinated me. Alright. Number 20, speaking of actors who say yes for the cash, number 20, I'm going with Cash Out starring John Travolta. Oh my god. John Travolta really needs an age. I don't know what Quentin Tarantino's next movie is going to be. All I know is I hope he gets John Travolta back. He needs a Pulp Fiction level comeback right now. I mean, John Travolta's career is really in the shingle, and it's a shame too, because because at the time he was always like one of the most prominent, iconic actors there is. But then he struggled a little bit. But then he came back again with Pulp Fiction, and he ended up struggling again. Thanks to Battle for Earth, and it's just a really terrible one. I mean, you do got Kristen Davis from Sex and City fame is in this. I love John Travolta, but even he wasn't enough to save this. It's just a really terrible one. It really feels like a home to video based action film. Nothing about it was really all that fascinating, and yeah. Alright, coming in at number 19, I'm going with Woody Woodpecker Goes to Camp. Now, while this is not as bad as that first Woody Woodpecker movie, it was still pretty poor. I mean, only good thing about this is Eric Bauza voicing Woody Woodpecker. I mean, I mostly watch it just to support him, especially after Coyote vs. Acme got axed. But still, this one's just a really terrible one. Nothing about it was all that fascinating. It was just like not all that funny. Really feels like early 2000 feel to it. It just nothing about it was all that great. Alright, number 18, I'm going with Sasquatch Sunset. Now, this was a little disappointing. I was actually really looking forward to checking this film out, but nothing about really, only good thing about it was the performance by Jesse Eisenberg, Riley Keough, the makeup. I kid you not, if the Oscars come around and they actually give a Sasquatch Sunset a best makeup, hair and makeup nomination, despite me not liking it, I wouldn't complain, because the makeup was really solid. Of course, produced by Ari Aster, who, to be honest, his producing and directing credits haven't been a fan of. So hopefully hopefully his next one, that Western movie he's doing with Emma Stone, hopefully that's better. But this, yeah, I mean, if you want to see two Sasquatches just having some fun at it, this is for you. But other than that, yeah, it's not that great one at all. Alright, now these are the ones I actually quite thought was okay. 17, I'm going with Unsung Hero, which isn't a great film, but I actually thought it was the music was pretty decent. Of course, this is the story, a Christian story, about Rebecca St. James, Joe, and Luke Smallbone of For King and Country, and their journey in life to become Christian recording artists. And the music is really decent. You also do got some cool supporting players like Terry O'Quinn from Lost fame. You also had who else was in this? Candace Cameron Bure, who you might know as DJ from Full House fame. You got some really decent supporting players here. It's a really decent, charming film that I think is worth giving a go. Alright, number 16, I'm going with The Greatest Hits. Now, I didn't enjoy this movie as much as I was hoping, but the performances by Lucy Boynton and our Superman himself was pretty decent. I mean, the story about a woman who travels to back in time in order to find different songs. It was really an interesting story in this. Of course, Lucy Boynton, who I think is a really terrific actress. She's always good, and she was pretty solid in this one, so give it a go if you guys haven't seen that. Number 15, I'm going with The Anti-Social Network, From Memes to Mayhem. Now, this was a really decent documentary where a group of lonely teenagers form an online community and bonded over the isolation, but their collective beliefs what a reality in this. Of course, it shows showcase from stuff like the presidential election, to the epidemic, and everything. And it's a really decent documentary to show how crazy the online world could be and everything, with all the memes going around about the election and stuff. So, really decent one if you guys haven't seen that. Number 14, I'm going with Disney Nature's Tiger. Of course, this is narrated by Priyanka Chopra Jonas. I love Disney Nature documentaries, and of course, I watched this on Earth Day. It's a really decent documentary worth checking out. Who doesn't love tigers? So, really good one. Alright. Number 13, I'm going with How to Date Billy Walsh. Now, of course, this stars Tanner Buchan, who you might know from Cobra Kai fame. where Archie has always kept his love for Amelia a secret, but just as he builds up the courage to declare his feelings, she falls for Billy, the new transfer student. And now the other cast members was pretty good. You also had Kunal Nayyar from Big Bang Theory was us, and then Sebastian Croft. You had some really decent supporting players. It was really decent. It was really decent. Was charming. So here we go. If you guys haven't seen that one, it's on Prime, by the way. Number 12, I'm going with Sting. Of course, a spider horror film, which I should have also checked out that Infested. Never got around to seeing that one. But hey, who doesn't love spider horror films? Whether you talk about Arachnophobia, almost said Asymptotes, Eight-Legged Freaks. Sting is a really decent one. The directing I thought was really decent. It was very creepy at times. I mean, if you're afraid of spiders, this is definitely not one for you. So, yeah. Alright. Number 11, I'm going with another Prime Video film, and that is Musica. Now, this is directed by Camille Mendes' boyfriend here, Ruby Masisco. Of course, Camille Mendes is best known for playing Veronica on Riverdale, and I thought she was pretty decent in this. J.B. Smoove is really good. Has a really decent charm, humor to it. Makes me want to see Ruby direct again in the near future. So give it a go if you guys haven't seen that one. Alright, now here's my official top 10 favorite movies of the whole of the month. Alright, number 10, I'm going with Scoop. Of course, this is the inside account of the woman of Newsnight secured Prince Andrew's infamous 2019 interview about his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein. And Rufus Sewell, I think he should get an Emmy nomination. He was terrific at playing Jeffrey Epstein, at playing Prince Andrews. Rufus Sewell has always been the iconic, has always been in the entertainment business, whether A Knight's Tale and all. And here's maybe one of his better performances he's put out in past number of years. Gillian Anderson was also great in this. Not Business Phillips. The girl from that Secret Diary. Forgot her name. Not Business Phillips. Forgot her name. But the whole cast was pretty good in this. So I'd say give it a go if you guys haven't seen that. Number 9 is The First Omen. Now this was really a creepy one. This was much better than I had intention to be. Because when I was in my top 10 anticipated films of April, First Omen was not in that list because I was not all that excited for it. But then I saw it and this is just as bad as I was hoping it would be. Or as I thought it was going to be. It was still less creepy. It was a little slow at times, yeah. But, I thought Nail Tiger Free was really good in this. It got really creepy throughout. So really decent film, you guys haven't seen that. Alright, number 8, I'm going with Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Now, I know this is unpopular because I'm seeing lots of hate about this film, or, sadly, I'm pretty sure 99% of people have not seen it. They just want to hate it because for the obvious reason. But I actually thought it was, this was pretty decent. I mean, not as good as the original film, obviously, but I thought it had some decent charm to it. Simone Jones, who, of course, is best known for appearing in the recent Bel Air series. I thought she was great. June Squibb was terrific in this. I like Nicole Richie. So, really just a remake here. I mean, again, is it as good as the original? No. Is it going to ruin the original? No. It's a really decent, charming one worth checking out. Alright, number 7 is Dogman. Now, yes, I know this came out in March, but I saw it in April, so I'm considering it as April release. And technically got a wide release in April, so I'm counting it. And Dogman is a really decent one. Of course, Caleb Landry Jones, who, by the way, after seeing this movie, he should be Joker. I think Caleb Landry Jones will be a great Joker. But Dogman, I thought he was excellent in this. This is maybe one of Luc Besson's best works in recent years. Some of the action and violence in this was great. Really feels like in the mix of stuff like Joker, Taxi Driver, and stuff. Really feels like a Martin Scorsese film at times. But it's a really decent one worth giving a go. Alright, number 6, I'm going with Boy Kills World. Now, this movie was a lot of fun. Bill Skarsgård was great. Jessica Rae. The action was good. The humor was terrific. Really fun film worth checking out. Alright, number 5, I'm going with Monkey Man. Of course, starring Dev Patel in his directorial debut, and he did a great job with this film. Monkey Man was a lot of fun. Was really entertaining here. Sharlto Copley, great month for him, by the way, because he's also in Boy Kills World. And Sharlto Copley really played his part very well in this, and it's a really just one worth checking out. Alright, number 4, I'm going with The Ministry of Ungentle Warfare, starring Henry Cavill, directed by Guy Ritchie. While it's not Guy Ritchie's best work, nothing like that, it's still really just one worth checking out. The cast is great, from Al Richardson to Henry Golding to Alex Pettyfer, Isaac Gonzalez. Even Hero Finds Tiffin, who I thought was pretty terrible in the after movies. I'm hoping he becomes like Robert Pattinson, where despite him doing like those YA type stuff, he could pull off something more different outside of those. And here he really showcased how good he is. I mean, come on, he is the son of maybe one of the greatest actors there is, Ray Fiennes, so there's that. But I thought he was pretty decent in this, nonetheless. Alright, number 3, I'm going with Challengers. Now, I probably could have added this at number 1, but my top 2 I enjoyed a tad bit better. But Challengers was a really decent one. Luca Guadagnino, I'm getting a little better saying his name, but Luca Guadagnino, I thought did a great job with this. Zendaya, definitely an Oscar-worthy performance. Mike Face and Josh O'Connor were both great in this too. Really good film if you guys haven't seen this one. Number 2, I'm going with Civil War, directed by Alex Garland. To me, it's his best film since Ex Machina. I'm really sure something like this, I'm hoping nothing like this in this movie happens in real life, but time will tell. Kristen Dunst was great, Kelly Spenny, Stephen Henderson, Jesse Plemons, maybe one of the better performances in the film in my opinion. It's a really terrific one worth checking out. And my number 1 favorite movie of the month is Abigail. Abigail is terrific. A lot of fun. Melissa Barrera, Dan Stevens is great. The bloodshed and kills was pretty good. I really had a fun time with this a lot. I'd love to see a sequel, but with the box office performance, who knows if that's gonna happen. But Radio Silence did a great job with this. Like, they are really becoming some of my favorite filmmakers in the horror business. Between this, the Scream movies, Ready or Not, they are really showcasing their talent in this genre. And Abigail is one of them. And it's really the movie I feel like that should really bring vampires back to its core. And it's a really fun one. So if you guys haven't seen Abigail, do yourself a favor. I mean, Catherine Newland's great in this. The late, great Angus Cloud was also in this. R.I.P. Angus Cloud. But this movie itself is a terrific one worth checking out. But that's pretty much it. Here is, of course, my major rundown. Alright. 25, Rebel Moon, The Scargiver. 24, Half-Baked, Totally High. 23, Strictly Confidential. 22, Festival of the Living Dead. 21, Damage. 20, Cash Out. 19, Woody Woodpecker Goes to Camp. 18, Sasquatch Sunset. 17, Unsung Hero. 16, The Greatest Hits. Almost like Greatest Showman. Totally different grades there. 15, The Anti-Social Network, From Memes to Mayhem. 14, Disney Nature's Tiger. 13, How to Date Billy Walsh. 12, Sting. 11, Musica. 10, Scoop. 9, The First Omen. 8, Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. 7, Dogman. 6, Boy Kills World. 5, Monkey Man. 4, The Ministry of Ungentle Warfare. 3, Challengers. 2, Civil War. And number 1, Abigail. Now, I also did saw Shrek 2 in theaters in May or in April, but due to the fact that it's a re-release, I'm not really considering it in my list just because it's a re-release and stuff like that. So that's just the only reason why it's off my list. Same reason as with Alien and The Mummy. I also did saw those, but I didn't really add them in the list because they're re-releases, so I technically consider them. But if you guys just saw them, you guys could yourself if you want. But for me, since they're not fully releases, I'm not really considering them. But let me list you guys. What would your ranking of April 2024 be? Like the films that you saw in the month of April. Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Timmy Simon.